Hey, Joe Gilder here, and I am an idiot. Now, what do I mean? I told this story to my email newsletter, but I want to make sure you folks see it on YouTube as well. So, I had a session the other day. Some friends came over, Frankie and Spencer. They're a cute couple, and they wanted to record some of her songs. Just a demo, guitar, vocal. They wanted to do guitar first and then vocals. Well, I wasn't sure if they wanted to do all guitar first or guitar, vocal, guitar, vocal, guitar, vocal. But I knew I didn't want to just use one microphone because then I'd be moving it from down here to up here to down here to up here 5 different times, which isn't a huge deal, but I've got more than one microphone, more than one preamp. Why not have them both set up and ready to go? So I did. I had, it was an Earthworks SR25 on the acoustic running through one of my PreSonus tube preamps, and then Roswell Audio Mini K47 medium diaphragm condenser for vocals running through another tube preamp. And tested everything. Everything's working. I've got audio. Great. They come over. They decide they want to record all the acoustic guitars first. So we get them set up. We listen. Got the mics coming through the mixer. I mute the vocal mic, and I'm listening to the acoustic guitar mic. And we adjust it a few times, make some tweaks. It sounds great. So we start recording. It wasn't until song number 3 that I started to notice something odd. I looked, and on the acoustic channel on my board, the level was coming up about halfway. Very conservative. But then in the DAW, in Studio One, I could see it was almost clipping, and a couple times it was clipping. And I was very confused. I kept adjusting the preamp level, but it wouldn't really change anything in the DAW. That should have been a red flag. It took me a little bit longer to figure out what was happening. Well, as you've probably already guessed, I wasn't recording the acoustic mic. I was recording the vocal mic, which just happened to be set louder. I wasn't even listening to that mic. I had it muted on the board. None of us were listening to that microphone. We were listening through the mixer to the acoustic guitar mic, and it sounded amazing. But the input that I set on the acoustic track was wrong. It was set to the vocal mic, which was way over here. So if I'm sitting playing guitar, the vocal mic was up here somewhere. It happened to be facing the guitar, but it doesn't sound good. It wasn't meant to capture the guitar. It was way off over there. So just so you can enjoy my stupidity, here is what we were listening to. The good sound. Great, fine, good sounding acoustic guitar part. Here is what was recorded. Ugh. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, and you could use it if Spencer had died after that take, and this was the last thing he ever played. Then, of course, I would use some crazy EQ and I would make it work. But once I discovered this, and it took me an embarrassingly long time, 3 songs in out of 5 to figure this out, I played it, I listened, I realized what happened, and I told them, guys, I'm embarrassed, but we need to re-record the acoustic guitars. Instead of saying, hey, it's fine, I will fix it with EQ, I said, no, we have a good sound, we just didn't technically record it, let's do it again. And they were very gracious and forgiving, and they went back, and he actually, I think, did better takes the second time through than he had done the first, but I did waste probably a good hour of our time with my stupidity. So, the takeaway lesson for you, dear friend, is to triple check what you're recording and then to always, always, always listen back. So this is one of the first sessions I've done in here where I had Spencer in the other room and I was listening on my speakers as opposed to him in the room with me with headphones. That's a really nice, convenient way to work, except you tend to just go off of what you hear through the speakers and just hit record. Whereas if he's in the room, I want to make him stop playing and then play back so we all listen to the recording and make sure it sounds good. I've talked about this about 1,000,000 times, but I didn't do it myself. It was sounding good through the speakers. I had no reason to stop and listen back to the recording because I knew what it sounded like. It sounded like what I was hearing. Wrong. Because I'm monitoring through my mixer. I'm not monitoring the playback or the feedback from my DAW. I actually wasn't hearing what was actually being recorded. So this may be a unique problem to me since I'm using a mixer, but all being said, always, 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 before you start blowing through songs, stop and listen to what you've recorded. Turn the microphones off, mute everything, and listen to actual playback. Just in case you might be 100% sure you got it right, because I was 100% sure I got it right, and I didn't get it right. And if I had done that on the first session, I would have said, well, dang, y'all, I've recorded the wrong microphone. And then we could have fixed it instead of recording several takes, several songs worth of this nonsense. So, was it the end of the world? No. But, what if I hadn't caught it? And they go home, and I'm going to send them stems and mixes, and I realize, man, that sounds a lot worse than it did. That would be worse. So at least I caught it and we fixed it. And I did. The other takeaway point is don't just assume you can fix it. Go back and get it right if you can. Him re-recording the guitars was infinitely better than me trying to EQ ninja that bad recording. So there you go. Sad but true. I make really stupid mistakes too. And to make things better, let's listen to Frankie sing because she has a beautiful voice. Thanks for watching. I'm Joe from Home Studio Corner.
This